Greetings Fellowians, hope you're having a good week so far. Well, today we're going to take a look at the 4th Doctor era with Horror of Fang Rock. So, here we go. On the way to ship Bright and Talila, the TARDIS lands on the island of Fang Rock off the south coast of England in the early years of the 20th century. Noticing that the lighthouse isn't functioning properly, the 4th Doctor decides to investigate, as well as to ask for directions, as the TARDIS seems to have got lost in the fog. Upon arrival at the lighthouse, and after introducing themselves, the Doctor discovers the dead body of one of the keepers, Ben. The other two keepers, Old Superstitious Reuben and the King Young, Vince Hawkins, report that a light fell from the sky near the island. They also explain the electricity flow to the lamp of the lighthouse has become erratic, and the Doctor deduces something is feeding on the flow. Reuben does not help matters with his constant references to the mythical beast of Fang Rock, which reputedly once terrorized the lighthouse. As the Doctor and Leela explore, something moves Ben's body out of the lighthouse onto the island, and they witness a curious electric crackling which seems to have killed fish nearby. The loss of the electric light due to the unexplained draining of power from the generators causes the electric yacht to crash onto Fang Rock. The 4 survivors are brought to the lighthouse. The boatswain Harker, Colonel James Skinsale, MP, the owner, Lord Palmerdale, and his highly strung secretary, Adelaide Lesage. Over time, it emerges that Palmerdale has brought government secrets from Skinsale and was desperate to reach the stock exchange to make a killing, hence the reason the ship is traveling at such a pace. Harker and the Doctor retrieve Ben's body, and the Time Lord deduces it has been used as an anatomy lesson for an alien life form. Okay then. He determines that their best protection is to secure the lighthouse to keep the creature out. Reuben then disappears for a time and then reappears a changed man, which the others put down to shock. But the pattern of death now speeds up. Palmerdale is killed in the lamp room by a glowing alien presence on the outside of the lighthouse. Then Harker is killed when Reuben corners him in the boiler room. From the alien light emanating from Reuben, it is clear he has become possessed or transformed by the alien creature. The Doctor finds Harker's body and then Reuben's own, the latter cold for some time, which means the creature in Reuben's form has chameleonic properties. Okay then. The creature then stalks down and kills the others in the lighthouse. Vince dies first, then Adelaide. With its presence now revealed, the alien sheds its disguise, revealing itself to be Rutan, the hereditary enemies of the Centaurans, a green blob-like amphibious life form whose scout ship crash-landed in the sea and is trying to summon its mothership. With the Rutans losing the war against the Centaurans, they plan to turn Earth into a base for a strategic position, which will allow them to launch a counterattack. However, once the Centaurans find the planet, it will become subject to a photonic bombardment, taking countless lives. The lighthouse and Victorian age technology provide little ammunition in dealing with a Rutan. However, the Doctor modifies the weapon to destroy the alien, who was susceptible to high temperatures. The Doctor and Skinsale retrieve diamonds from Palmerdale's body belt to use the weapon, but Skinsale is killed by the Rutan in the process. Oh no! The Doctor uses the diamonds as a focus for the electric lighthouse beam to convert it to a high-energy laser by which he destroys the Rutan mothership. Disobeying the Doctor, Leela watches the laser destroy the ship and is momentarily blinded. As a side effect, the blinding flash turns Leela's eyes from brown to blue. The Doctor quotes Wilfred Wilson Gibson's poem Flannan Isle as the two take their leave. Okay. Anyway, let's look at some continuity and production elements of this story. Louise Jameson stops wearing her brown contacts at the end of this serial, with a sudden change in color being explained as a pigment dispersal caused by looking directly into a bright explosion. As mentioned in more than one DVD commentary, Jameson had found the contacts painful to wear, and made their removal a condition for her agreeing to play Leela for another season. In the episode, Leela denies being a Technician, as reference to her home era's warring factions of the 17 and Tesh. corruptions of survey team and technician, respectively, as seen in the face of evil. The Fourth Doctor eventually does visit Brighton with Roman in the Leisure Hive, though the TARDIS still misses the opening of the Royal Pavilion by some 200 years. An Eighth Doctor Ido story written by Paul Margers for Big Finish Productions, broadcast on BBC 7 on January 14, 2007, is entitled Horror of Glam Rock, a play on the serial's title. Nice. Working titles for the story included The Monster of Fang Rock and The Beast of Fang Rock. Horror of Fang Rock was a late replacement for the scripts Terrence Dicks had originally submitted, a vampire-based tale entitled The Vampire Mutations, which was cancelled close to production as it was feared it would detract from the BBC's Count Dracula, a high-profile adaptation of Bram Stoker's classic novel Dracula, which was due for transmission close to when the serial would have aired. As a rewritten version did, however, eventually see production in 1980 as State of Decay, part of the 18th season of Doctor Who. The serial is the only one of the original series to have been produced at BBC studios outside London. Engineering work at those studios meant that it was made at the Pebble Mill Studios of BBC Birmingham instead. According to the DVD commentaries supplied by Louise Jameson, John Abbott and Terrence Dicks, as seen in Part 3, was crucial to the behind-the-scenes relationship between Jameson and co-star Tom Baker. In one scene, he consistently came in ahead of his cue, thereby upstaging her. On the grounds that this move was not what they had rehearsed, she insisted on 3 successive retakes until he came in at the rehearsed time. This eventually won his respect. From that point forward, she claims their working relationship was much smoother. Good. Many elements of this episode were based on a poem Flannan Isle, by Wilfred Wilson Gibson, which the Doctor quotes from at the end of the story. The poem itself was inspired by the mysterious disappearance of 3 lighthouse keepers from the Flannan Isles in 1900. Alan Rowe had previously played Dr. Evans and provided the voice from Space Control in the Moon Base, as well as Edward of Wessex in The Time Warrior, and later appeared as Gareth in the serial Full Circle. Ralph Watson had previously played Captain Knight in The Web of Fear, as well as Edis in The Monster Peladon. Colin Douglas had previously played Donald Bruce in The Enemy of the World. So overall, this is a pretty good story, and I dare say it's one of the best. Well, so far anyway. So overall, I give Horror of Fang Rock 4 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Well, join me next week as I take a look at The Invisible Enemy, which features the first appearance of a, well, let's just say, interesting. One of the more interesting Doctor Who companions. So, until then, this is Whovian Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I've a versatility of the neutron flow. Would you like a chili, baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.